I woke up this morning thinking about past life and what that's all about, and thinking about South Node. I I pay a lot of attention to my North Node because that shows sort of where you're headed, the new thing, and South Node is past life or everything that's led up to this point. And I think it's useful to check those signs out just to see, it might resonate. So past life, then I go in, I go to the bathroom to take a bath. This was on my, the shelf over the toilet seat. I think I got it years ago as kind of a goof. I was thinking, that's a past life for idiots. That cracked me up. But I was sort of brought up short by the fact that I'd been thinking that very thing. And I hadn't even noticed that book. It was just one of I have the Constitution in there as well. Just a few bits of reading material, for guests, basically. So I thought that one was clever. Let's see how clever it is. Yeah, I think that's good enough to get it going. Strength card. Card of Leo. This is something that was a past life experience, or some scenario that you could almost remember. For me, I have the strongest one is of being in a field, and that somehow I fell off a wagon or was pushed off a wagon or something, and the wagon keeps going. And I kind of am standing there in the middle of this field. And it varies a little bit, and I just don't know where it comes from or if it's significant in any way. But it's kind of you're on your own, kiddo. And the first thing I do is go down the hill and look for water. I think it's like something in the past life made us stronger. Strength card. It of necessity forced us to tap into that on the deepest level. And it's some kind of, almost like the spirit animal is guiding her. And she's looking up. She's looking up and out. It's fire sign. It's, action-taking, warm-hearted, forward movement, and having even compassion for what you're leaving behind. But you're looking to the future. So it may be the whole past life scenario you're leaving behind, and going towards, oh my God, I can't believe it. We've gotten this character. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't shuffled the deck for a very long time, and I did, and we're getting a lot of repeats. Maybe in the grip of the old story. King of Wands. Certainly an energy of moving forward, knowing what you're doing and where you're going. Looking to the future. A time when you can build with somebody. Pentacles speak to time. 3 of Pentacles is a cooperative energy. Build something substantial. That's the intent. Wands energy. That's what this one wants to do. Based on something that they may have been through in a past life. Not sure I have that right. Under Strength card, we have Hangman. You know, that's the one that was just out the other day, and I saw it as a skyhook. Somebody actually coming out of suspension, having to surrender to, you know, the need to move. Because Hangman is like a card of non-movement, but here we are being pulled along by the skyhook. 5 of Wands, under King of Wands. This is a struggle, I think, for this person to get to this point. The old story, the past life story, you know, moving on from that. Something's different. There's a new perspective on the importance of what we feel. I mean, have we gotten that again and again? It's kind of duh, but there's been a lot of resistance. And that fire energy resistance overcome. Because somebody's really, you know, tapping into their fire energy, their passion, their purpose, their drive. Male or female. And I think that the strength is based on, the courage is based on some kind of deep dive that says, you know, the thing we feel this strongly about is worth it. You know, it's worth it to come out of this chrysalis state of Hangman and, you know, like struggle to get out of the cocoon. I often see this as a kind of gestating energy, like the caterpillar in the cocoon that's waiting to be ripe. And here, this is the fight to get out of the cocoon. Like summon the energies, coordinate, rally all the energies. So that it's possible to actually do this. Under the 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. I mean, there are a lot of options here. 7 of Cups, so many that it's perhaps confusing. It's something that still has to be worked out. 5 of Wands. You know, almost like trying it this way and that way and the other way in the realm of feelings here, right? Card of Pisces. 7 of Cups can be confusion, and this would indicate a certain degree of, you know, something still needs to be worked out. But I think it's working, it's sort of wriggling out of the chrysalis stage, bursting it open, 5 of Wands. And maybe then coming into, you know, as we come to consciousness about something, outside the cocoon, sort of like outside the matrix, the new reality can be confusing. Okay, is this it? On Hangman, 6 of Pentacles, that's also a repeat. I'm going to switch decks to the mini, just to see, because either we're stuck in this same story. You know, unable to get out of the cocoon. It's almost like unable to work our way forward. Somebody is. They're really in a thrash, trying to what? 7 of Cups. figure out what they feel now that they're out of the cocoon. They feel good. 9 of Cups. Sorry, this is the tiny deck, so it's very small. They're trying to figure out, now that they're getting out of this cocoon, okay, what makes them happy? You know, like, I've done this. I've really gone into a quiet, closed-off place in order to understand what I feel. And I'm fighting my way out of the cocoon. And then I've got a period of like, okay, how do I feel? You know, how will I know? And it's definitely somehow time to do this. 6 of Pentacles on Hangman. There may have been a 6-year gestation. So now it's like, let me feel about it, you know, not think about it, but what makes me happy? And do I have the courage to step up and claim it? That's kind of King of Wands energy. I'll grab it, you know, I won't let this thing pass me by. Okay, this is, you know, a different deck. I'm still getting repeats. So there's some kind of pattern here. 9 of Wands. And I don't know how to read it. I think it's overcoming just given, you know, I need another one. Is it this whole bunch? Oh man, that's a lot. Another on 9 of Wands is Tower. I think somebody had kind of given up. And that, you know, that allowed this structure to come down. But with a boom, it's like it was, you know, in Jenga, they pull out the piece and it all comes down. Somebody surrenders and it all comes down. So it's like, it's a clean slate. It is a clean slate. Okay. It's a clean slate. High Priestess. On 3 of Pentacles. That's working with your intuition. And all this Wands energy. I mean, King of Wands can be a bit impulsive, but when they finally trust their intuition, it's all systems go. That's what they want to do. They want to follow their intuition into some sort of 3D situation. The old one came crashing down. High Priestess is also a card of Divine Feminine. So it may be something about working with Divine Feminine to rebuild something. The second card on, okay. Second card on High Priestess, 4 of Wands. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit, you know, lungy today. So 4 of Wands, that's brilliant. That's high intuition about the true place, the real place, the sweet spot. The place where this one is headed. And I think he's hoping to bring somebody with him. to convince somebody who may be like exhausted, you know, I'm here to bust you out. You know, come with me. I want to bust you out of some place that was didn't have any room for growth. Now there's room for growth. Pentacles energy. Cooperative growth. You know, not something we do alone, something we do together. Like with our besties, with the people we trust. Four of Wands, Five of Wands. Give me one on the Five of Wands, please. Nine of Pentacles. Again, these repeat. I mean, this is wild. It's like fighting for yourself. Not in the sense of combat, but like, you know, I'm coming into my own. Nine of Pentacles. The nine, the I card. You know, I'm busting out of this cocoon. Indeed, busting out. So you guys both, there are two people here, and both people may be having a breakthrough. And we've got Six of Pentacles, clarifying Hangman, and I don't really know what that means. Something getting recalibrated in this six-year cycle, and it's time to move on. Hangman on the move. To break it, you know, like you've gestated long enough. Perhaps for 6 years. It's time to break out because this is who you are. You know, it may be a newer version of yourself somehow, stronger, more independent, more grounded, more at home in the world. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 is moon. We have the 9 of cups and the 9 of pentacles. Somebody may be happy to be alone. 9 of pentacles, 9 of cups. But I don't think it's that. Let's see on King of Wands. 3 of Pentacles again. What he wants to do is work with somebody. And what he wants to make real is this. Kind of like, you know, the ideal bower, the place where we can live, where we want to live, where we're passionate about each other. Tell me about the 6 of Pentacles, this time in gestation. 6 of Swords. Well, on the move. Something is leveled out. And you're moving into a place that's more peaceful, you know, back in your own, where you belong, in your own skin, in your own, it's a new version of yourself. You've left behind some kind of terrific stress. So it's not, you know, out of the hangman pose, like, here we go. Out of the chrysalis, here we go. On 9 of Cups. Knight of Cups. I think somebody's figured out of this 7 of Cups, which one, which connection, what do I do? There's been this kind of revelation, Scorpio energy, something that demands a change. It's a kind of get real energy. You know what makes you happy. I think Virgo may have moved on from some sort of like something that kept them cocooned. Somebody may be coming in. Four of Pentacles. Like that's being like sort of, so what? So what? You're, The other thing I'd written down was the magic words, the kind of open sesame, let me in. What are the magic words? Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing. Being able to move on from a place of lack, from a place of being stuck, shut down, or hanging on to the wrong thing. Now there's this, the universe will scoot you along. It's time, divine timing, to fight your way out of the chrysalis. And it may be a fight in that, it's always hard to transform. And often it's hard for other people to see someone transform. There's a little bit of that, like, you're struggling to get out for a reason. There may be something outside that is, somebody doesn't quite want your liberation. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands. Well, this forward movement is really going to get you there. It's successful. Five of Wands, the struggle. Six of Wands, overcoming it. In Wands energy, overcoming it. Bursting out, breaking the pattern. Some sort of pattern had run its course. So there's success here. It lands you in a better place. And I think there's a direction to, a sort of subtle message from the universe, like, when the good thing comes around, don't stay closed off just because it's been a struggle in the past life even, maybe. Some pattern has been broken, and that, the magic words, I need admittance. And somebody, you're busting out of the old paradigm, the old place. And this is very exciting. Oh my God, Ten of Cups, I'll say. Wowza. Ace of Wands. We had that the other day too. Different deck. That's the bold new beginning. That's something being ignited. This possibility for something that goes the distance. Whoa. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. It's kind of like a second wind or something like that. If somebody was exhausted, and this repeat, like wash, rinse, repeat pattern, liberation on the level of emotion, courage to move forward, And it really is looking good. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups. Two cards of Pisces. Hermit energy. Virgo time. That's where we are right now. This is a new beginning. For someone. 9 card, an individual. This 9 of Pentacles person. Earth energy 9. Earth energy 9. You know, after this struggle, this busting out of the cocoon that was too small. That's Tower. It's just too small, too tight. So there's a struggle to get out, and then, you know, here you are. Okay, and this is good news. Busting out also of the hermit's isolation. You know, it's time. It's time. Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. You know, it's like we're cooked. The butterfly is ready to go. Ready to move forward to a calmer place out of this struggle. Like now we can move. Move forward successfully. Like there's proud here in what, there's pride in what we've done. And we've done it ourselves. But the Hermit lantern and the light of the wand, Hermit comes back into the world, Virgo energy, into the world as a teacher and a caretaker and somebody who is, you know, illuminating the path. There's a new direction here. It took a long time. It's almost like now finally getting the bearing, the direction toward this. And it's basically follow your bliss. What makes your heart open? What makes you happy? King of Swords. That's knowing it. That's having great clarity. And I think this is because Strength is a synthesis card to me. These two energies. And I think when this person knows themselves and has clarity about it, you know, from even backing up a step or two, you know, maybe even going into a kind of seclusion to get the enlightenment, the understanding, the direction for the new beginning. Follow your intuition, your fire energy. And there might be a need to, I mean, King of Swords can be a cold energy. I think we need one more. Is it this one? Okay, on the split. Look, this is so synchronous, it's just spooky. 9 of Pentacles. I just grabbed the split. If King of Swords, if this individual, like one of you was single, and maybe now both of you are, but if this individual was tangled up in some kind of, you know, snare even, they're moving on from that stressful, fucked up situation. It's like they can see it now. They can see the, you know, they can see the snare, which was somehow camouflaged. We've had this before, like the tripwire. the tripwire. And now King of Swords can see a clear path, perhaps toward this this one, by virtue of their light, Virgo energy, their light. They're like following they're following this one. And there's something they're willing to fight for, Five of Swords. And there's something they're willing to put an end to, Ten of Swords. You know, they're halfway there. The 5 to the 10. And then Queen of Swords. A match for the king. So it's this kind of knowing, that highly spiritual, you know, tapping into inner wisdom, the inner light. And there's also this kind of knowing, which is Queen of Swords is very discerning. She knows, you know, shit from shinola, this from that, truth from lie. King and Queen of Swords. Somebody's been willing to put an end to, it's like the old life, the old story, the old way of understanding something. Somebody's fighting for something else. On the basis of a personal truth. And maybe before they weren't at all willing to even speak about it, because Five of Swords can mean something two-sided. I think it's something to do with, like, they're halfway there. This is kind of their last stand. Five of Swords. And in fact, the battle is over. You know, there's somebody here in the background kind of defeated, and the horse is exhausted, and, you know, there were sacrifices made. There was, not everybody made it. There may be guilt about that, because King of Swords is moving on. You know, the fight is over. I think it's the fight to get out of this, to get out of the chrysalis. They had to fight their way out of the chrysalis. Somebody didn't want them to change. Fives are indicate a need for change. And this is extremely dramatic change. They broke out. They broke out. Strong Virgo energy here. Okay, we've got Virgo on the board, Scorpio in the tower, Leo and Strength card, Pisces in the Hangman, Virgo again twice in this Minor Arcana card of the individual, the self-fulfilled, self-sustaining person. And the World card, which is all the fixed signs. Yeah, somebody's breaking out. It's time. It's divine timing. Time to come out of the cave, out of the chrysalis. Yeah. And I think you both know it. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. You both know it. Like the battle's over, you've won, you won, you've won. You won? We won? Let's see. You know, there's a negativity bias. You know, the brain, and particularly if, you know, we've been hurt, which we all have, the brain goes to a default business of looking for what could hurt me. You know, be on high alert. And sometimes we get stuck there in a kind of PTSD where the battle's over, but like we're reliving it somehow. And again, that past life thing. But I think it's important to fight against that negativity bias that says always be on alert for what could go wrong. I think there's a counsel here for look for what could go right. Be open to that idea. The magic words, open sesame. I'll see you next time. I love you guys.